Behind a mysterious traumatic brain condition affecting hundreds of Americans serving abroad. This raises questions about whether the intelligence community is specifically avoiding placing blame on Moscow. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has an update on the possible origin of Havana syndrome.
Essentially, this is an act of war.
In an explosive new report, 60 Minutes, The Insider, and Der Spiegel found new evidence that hundreds of U.S. government employees complaining of sudden neurological symptoms known as Havana syndrome may have been attacked by Russia with a weapon using directed energy.
It was like a high-pitched metallic drilling noise, and it knocked me forward.
There was some angle where they had worked against Russia, focused on Russia, and done extremely well.
Handwritten notes of bank accounts, a device that can erase the car's computer data, and the driver's Russian passport. Receipts link the suspected attackers to a Russian military intelligence hit squad, GRU Unit 29155.
Certain Russians were in the exact vicinity of attacks in particular countries.
Victims like Adam, who uses an alias and was thought to be patient zero after experiencing crippling auditory sensation that left him unable to walk or move while working undercover in Havana in 2016, responded with relief.
They pulled out receipts from the GRU 29155 group, which explicitly outlines that these are weapon systems and a weapons program.
For years, he and other victims have felt gaslit by their former agency employers.
The intelligence community's broad assessment that a foreign adversary is unlikely to be responsible for these incidents.
The Pentagon has now confirmed a senior U.S. Defense Department official sought medical treatment for symptoms of Havana syndrome at NATO's Vilnius summit last summer. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
We'll continue to follow that story.
2014, NSA finally gives me a document. The National Security Agency confirms that there is intelligence information from 2012, 4 years before Havana, associating the hostile country to which Mr. Beck traveled in the late 1990s with a high-powered microwave system weapon that may have the ability to weaken, intimidate, or kill an enemy over time and without leaving evidence. The 2012 intelligence information indicated that this weapon is designed to bathe a target's living quarters in microwaves, causing numerous physical effects, including a damaged nervous system.
Good afternoon, my lovely butterflies. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel and you enjoy this type of content, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Peace and blessings, guys. I hope each and every last one of you are having a blessed and amazing day. I pray that everyone is continuing to take care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love you guys, and as always, the love and support that you show me on this channel is always greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, please hit that post notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video. And guys, as you can tell by the title, I will be discussing yet another gang stalking tactic. Now guys, in today's video, I want to talk to you about not only Havana syndrome, but I want to talk about my experience with Havana syndrome. And guys, what prompted me to post this video is because last Sunday, I fainted out of nowhere, guys. I blanked out, and beforehand, I was feeling great. Nothing was wrong. I was getting in my bed and my heart started beating. My mind started racing. I started hearing these negative voices in my head telling me to stop posting videos. I've been hearing this voice for a while now, but I just continued to pray and I overlooked it. Last Sunday, I heard the voice more intense than ever. Very loud and very clear. I began to develop a sense of anxiety and I blanked out for a brief second. I saw a light out of nowhere, guys, and then I came to. And I was a little disoriented. And at this time, I was being rushed to the hospital. Once I got there, Routine blood work was performed, as well as an EKG, a CAT scan, and a chest x-ray, and everything came back fine. I was there no longer than an hour. Once I got to the hospital, everything was fine. I felt a little shaken up by what I experienced, but as far as any health issues, I felt fine. Guys, I prayed to the Most High to reveal to me what caused this. And the Most High revealed to me that I was under spiritual attack. Someone is trying to silence me, guys. Someone is not pleased with the videos that I post. They are not pleased with the awareness that I spread. However, I am and will continue to be protected by the Most High Yah, and no weapons formed against me shall prosper. If any of you guys feel that you have experienced what I'm about to discuss in this video today, please don't rule it out as a possible underlying health issue. Please go and get a checkup from a healthcare professional before determining it as being a spiritual attack, even if you are certain that it is one, just to be safe. However, guys, many people all over the world are experiencing this, and this began in 2016 when over 36 CIA officers and U.S. diplomats stationed in Havana, Cuba, started to report hearing high-pitched, strange noises in their heads and in their homes, followed by dizziness, severe headaches, fatigue, and nausea. And many also reported more intense physical injuries, such as balancing issues, crippling disabilities, and vision problems. This mysterious illness is known as Havana Syndrome, or anomalous health incident. This is considered to be a disputed medical condition that has been affecting the health of CIA officers, military and FBI agents, diplomats, as well as national security personnel all across the world, including their family members. And it is said that when these officials and their family members are being under attack, it is mainly when they are in the comfort of their own homes. Now, guys, Americans and non-Americans who are not U.S. officials and their family members are being targeted and harmed as well, especially in the U.S., Cuba, Colombia, Austria, and China. Now, in 2019, national security personnel reported being under suspected attacks as a result of Havana Syndrome. And one of the victims, by the name of Olivia Choi, told 60 Minutes that she felt as if she was being physically struck. She also stated the following: "It was like the piercing feeling on the side of my head. It was like I remember it was on the right side of my head. And I got like vertigo. I was unsteady. I felt nauseated. I was somewhat disoriented. I remember thinking, don't fall down the stairs. You've got to find your ground again and steady yourself. The piercing feeling lingered as I walked from the west entrance of the White House." Now, guys, I'm just going to stop right there for 1 second. It makes you wonder, if we as regular citizens are targeted individuals and we are being struck by these direct energy weapons, it makes you wonder why the people who are actually employed by the higher elites who orchestrate these attacks, by the people who fund these CIA agencies so they can develop these direct energy weapons, it makes you wonder why these people are under attack as well. And it is to silence them because they feel that some of the people that work for them could possibly expose a lot of the dark agendas that they are pushing to our society. And guys, this is just my opinion, but I just had to throw that in there. I just found it very, odd that they were attacking their own employees. And guys, I also found it odd when former First Lady Laura Bush shared her Havana Syndrome attack experience in her 2010 book, Spoken from the Heart. And this is what she said. By the afternoon of June 7th, I could barely stand up. My head inexplicably throbbed. I was horribly dizzy and nauseated. I went to bed, pulled up the covers, and for several hours felt so awful that I might die right there in the hotel room. Nearly a dozen members of our delegation were stricken. Most of us, the primary symptoms were For most of us, the primary symptoms were nausea or dizziness, but one of our military aides had difficulty walking, and a White House staffer lost all hearing in one ear. Now, guys, she didn't explain whether or not her husband, President George Bush, was attacked by Havana syndrome as well. But she did say that her and the delegation experienced the attack. I don't know if he's a part of the delegation by him being the president. I don't know if that puts him in a higher position. But if he wasn't included, it just makes you wonder, you know, if he had a secret agenda as to why he would want his wife and the delegation to be attacked by direct energy weapons. Was he trying to keep them in some sort of submission? Was he wiping their memory clean? Was he trying to keep them under a scare tactic? Now, I'm not saying that George Bush is the cause for this. This is just opinionated thinking, guys. But it just makes you wonder. Now, in 2022, up to 1,500 U.S. officials complained of having constant headaches, memory loss, dizziness, insomnia, vision and vertigo issues. And some people even reported wearing hearing aids to help them counteract the ringing that they heard in their ears. Now, non-Americans have also reported these similar attacks, such as the Ukrainian peace negotiators. The attack caused one person to undergo a mysterious illness and one person experienced temporary blindness. Now, according to online research, the Wall Street Journal reported that Western experts believe the attacks were coming from poison or the result of an electromagnetic radiation attack. See, guys, exactly, a direct energy weapon. They also blamed the attacks on Moscow, whom they said, which is Russia, whom they said wanted to disregard having discussions on ending the war. Now, guys, during these times, and even in present times, people are debating on where the source of these attacks are coming from. Americans and non-Americans were being afflicted by the same attacks. So, you know, if you wanted to say it was because Russia and Ukraine were at war, or Cuba and United States, although they're being cordial with each other, they have an underlying dislike for each other and were secretly attacking each other. You know, whether this was the case, whether or not this is the case, Americans and non-Americans are still being attacked and they're experiencing the same symptoms. So it just makes you wonder. Now, in early 2023, a declassified intelligence study reported that the illness was a result of pulsed electromagnetic energy that could penetrate buildings using commercial off-shelf technology, along with devices that are portable, easily concealed, and generated by standard electricity or batteries. Now, guys, I'm going to stop right there. What does that make you think about? It makes you think about gang stalkers. And these people are most certainly gang stalkers. The people that may hide, you know, may stake out in a building a few feet away from the target. And they're using these easily concealed weapons to attack their victims without a trace. This is the same thing, guys. Now keep in mind, just keep this in mind, guys, that an intelligence study said that these attacks and illnesses were coming from pulsated electromagnetic energy that can penetrate buildings, and they're portable and they're easily concealed, and they're generated by electricity and batteries, made very convenient for the gang stalker. Very convenient. They can take these weapons. That means that these are not the huge direct energy weapons that we see. Now they've become smarter. They've made them more smaller, more compact, so they can be concealed and used in different parts of the world. This is making them accessible for a lot of these gang stalking programs as well, guys. This is how regular, everyday citizens are being hit with direct energy weapons. They found a better way to carry them, making them more compact, and they're more concealed to where a person can't even see them. Now, I'm sorry, guys, I'm not talking right today. Intelligence community experts called Havana syndrome a distinctive, unique, unusual neurosensory syndrome, unreported elsewhere in the medical literature. Now, if this is an illness, which usually comes from natural environmental factors, how is it being labeled as a distinctive, unusual neurosensory syndrome? It's because they know that this is a direct energy weapon being used to attack targeted victims. And they're trying so hard to make it stem from a medical cause. And it's just not making any sense. Pretty much, in other words, guys, this is a science experiment that was designed to control the minds and bodies of targeted individuals. And targeted individuals are aware of it, and they're still being gaslit. Now, guys, throughout these debates, many became skeptical of Russia being the root cause of these attacks. Because in 2020, the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine gave detailed proof revealing weaponized microwaves as the cause of Havana syndrome. Now, guys, if you've been listening to this video, I've already reported 2 sources that have investigated the underlying cause of these attacks, and they have all pointed to electromagnetic energy. And yet they still deny it. Studies also indicated that Havana syndrome is not a natural malady, but a man-made one. See what I'm saying, guys? And they still gaslit our society. They're still gaslighting. Fingers are pointing at the Russian government as the prime suspects due to their close relationship with Cuban government. These attacks also match the description of Russian officials who were bragging about owning exclusive neurological directed energy weapons. You know, guys, when it comes to the Russian government and their relationship with Cuba, if they do have a relationship, isn't it mysterious that Cuba is one of the main countries that are under the attack of Havana syndrome? If Russia is the direct source for these energy weapons, why would Cuba be under the most severe attacks? It just makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, guys. Now, in 2024, after a 5-year investigation, it was revealed that Russia may indeed be behind these attacks. Investigators linked these attacks in Georgia in a top-secret Russian intelligence unit. Also, they got information from an inside source, a retired Army lieutenant, Colonel Gray Edgring. He told 60 Minutes that he is confident that Russia is behind these attacks and that they are a part of a worldwide effort to destroy the U.S. Now, guys, I wouldn't find this surprising if it is true. I really wouldn't find this surprising. Especially because when you think about it, the CIA is funded by the U.S. Central intelligence agencies being funded by the U.S. are stationed in Cuba. There are also intelligence agencies in Russia. So it wouldn't be a surprise if all of these people had access to these direct energy weapons and they were all secretly attacking each other. Because not just Americans and U.S. officials and their families are being, I'm sorry, guys. I meant to say not just American U.S. officials and their families are being attacked, but regular everyday American citizens as well as non-Americans are reporting brain injuries related to Havana syndrome. So if this is just an attack on the U.S., why are other outside countries experiencing these symptoms as well? The exact number of targeted victims are unknown, but many have reported feeling a strong head pressure, feeling disoriented, and even having nosebleeds. And over 334 Americans with relevant symptoms offered military health care, but they were unable to receive proper care. And this is because they are claiming that it was difficult for healthcare providers to schedule people for a checkup. I don't know why, but it seems as if every time certain people try to get proper care in certain areas concerning Havana syndrome, they were able to get scheduled with a healthcare provider. And when they did get a healthcare provider, the healthcare provider was having a hard time understanding their condition. And this is because it was reported that many people who experienced Havana syndrome were having symptoms with no evident brain injuries. Now, American and non-American adults are not the only ones being targeted by Havana syndrome. According to online research, children are being targeted as well. Now, according to CBS News, 60 Minutes has discovered more than 20 children whose parents have suffered direct energy attacks have experienced them as well. On one occasion, one mother reported that her and her infant became attacked while she was breastfeeding her child. And at this time, it is reported that both are suffering from traumatic brain injuries. Another parent by the name of Robin Garfield, a U.S. commerce official, told 60 Minutes that he and his family were targeted by a weapon in China. And he explained that someone aimed and used the direct energy specifically towards their children while they were in their beds. He explained that his children were kicking and moving aggressively, and when he bent down to pick them up, he heard a sound near their heads that sounded like rushing water. And that could have been the sound of the radiation frequencies that was attacking his children. And it is really sad that this is taking place in our society, guys. Other parents, and only one parent, guys, was willing to give their name, and it's because they were an actual U.S. official. The other parents didn't want to give their names out of fear of being targeted and attacked again. And these other parents reported their children having nosebleeds. These are the same parents who refused to share their names because they were afraid of the attacks that were happening to them and their children. And guys, these are fear tactics that they are implanting on people because they're afraid that people are going to speak out about certain things. It's a silencing tactic. And they do not care about how they affect the health and lives of the people that they come against. It's very demonic. Now, guys, I'm not trying to rule out Russia's involvement, but the U.S. has been known for working with the CIA on mind control experiments beginning in the 1950s through the 1970s, especially when they began to war against the Soviet Union. Now, in September 2024, some of the targeted victims who reported their illnesses claimed that the CIA forced them to join the research as a prerequisite for obtaining health care. And in March 2024, the CIA denied these claims, which I believe the targeted victims who said that they were forced into being guinea pigs for the CIA, because they do this all the time. And I feel that when they reported that they stopped doing it in the 1970s, they never stopped. I feel that America has always been an experimental ground for the U.S. I feel that the CIA has been experimenting on us for years. Not only experimenting, performing silencing tactics on us, mind control tactics, trying to keep everyone into submission, trying to keep everyone silent. And this is what they are being paid to do. And the CIA is not on anyone's side, so they will supply two people who's at, two different countries who are at war with each other. The CIA will provide both countries with whatever they need from them in order to complete whatever mission that they're trying to complete, whether it's direct energy weapons, whether it's secret spies, whatever they need, the CIA will do it for the right amount of money. And they're already being funded by the U.S., so it makes you wonder what's really going on. Now, guys, although investigators are saying with evidence this new direct energy weapon is under the authority of the Russia Intelligence Unit, the U.S. government, including the CIA, claims it's very unlikely for a foreign adversary to be responsible. This means that the U.S. is ruling out that Russia is responsible for the attacks that the U.S. is experiencing regarding Havana Syndrome. Now, guys, that makes you wonder what's really going on, especially when you have retired Russian lieutenants coming forward exposing the country for being in possession of this weapon, plotting to destroy the U.S., allegedly. And you have the U.S. denying the claim. That's what I'm telling you guys. It's all about the money and the other secret agendas that are being pushed. The world is a stage, and we only see what they present to us. It doesn't mean that it's real. A lot of these wars that are taking place, people are actually being unalived and harmed as a result of, but the confrontation between the two countries are not even real. These people are all a part of a one world system, and they all work together, but they try and gaslight, manipulate, and lie to our society to keep us blind. And when we do realize what's really going on and speak out about it, that's when they come with their direct energy weapons and their gang stalkers and their gang stalking tactics to try to destroy us and keep us silent. Many targeted victims are angry and confused because they see this as a sign of betrayal on behalf of the United States. You have people coming forward. They're considered as whistleblowers. They're putting their life and their families' lives on the line, exposing these evil acts, just for the U.S. to deny them. And there was a 5-year investigation conducted regarding where the source of Havana Syndrome was coming from, and it's still being denied by the United States because they're secretly working with Russia. And the CIA is funding everyone in regards to whatever resources that they need so they can attack each other. But are they attacking each other, or are they only attacking certain targeted people, whether they are connected with them or not? See, it's not who you are connected to. It's what you know, and it's what they don't want you to talk about. Meaning that they will attack someone that's under the same branch as them. They will also attack someone who isn't. It's all about what they know and what they're willing to expose. They also feel targeted individuals. They feel that they're being gaslit and manipulated by the U.S. government officials. And these are the targeted individuals who have actually come forward about their experience with Havana Syndrome. Now, guys, according to Northeastern EDU, an electrical and computer engineer at Northwestern University, he claims that these Havana Syndrome attacks are coming from crickets. Yes, guys, the insects. This is so crazy. He said that the loud chirping is so loud that it is causing harm to people's ears. And we're supposed to believe this. Guys, this is weird. This is so crazy that they would even expect us to believe this. We have been around insects, including crickets, our whole lives. And they have never been so loud to the point that they have caused us to have health issues. Caused us to have severe headaches. Caused us to be dizzy, nauseated, losing our balance, having memory loss. I mean, they really expect us to believe this? Now, guys, think about this. Although these countries are at war, they are all being supplied by the CIA with direct energy weapons. The CIA is a part of the U.S. intelligence budget. And although Russia and the U.S. are in competition with each other, they are not at war. So this agenda can, be pushed that they are in competition. I mean, that they are at war with each other. But they can secretly be working with each other. However, Russia, let's say this, they both could be backstabbing each other. The U.S. can be attacking Russia. Russia can be attacking the U.S. But it's not everyone. It's only people who they see as a threat. which leads me to believe that all of these countries are working together, whether or not they pretend to be at war or not. I feel that they are all working together in some kind of way. The CIA has no problem with supplying Russia, not even Ukraine. They will supply whoever as long as the money is right. Many people who are targeted in the U.S., guys, they feel so betrayed by this. Because you have people coming forward saying that, I know where these attacks are coming from. It's coming from Russia. And they're trying to destroy the U.S. And you have the U.S. saying, no, there's no way that it, our adversary could be foreign. There's no way that it could be them. And they're not even giving an explanation as to who it could be. And they're also denying that they use targeted individuals as guinea pigs in order to conduct these secret experiments. All these people are in cahoots with each other, guys. They all are under a one world order, and that's the agenda that they're trying to push on our society. The U.S. feels so betrayed by this, guys, the targeted individuals who came forward from the U.S., not knowing that these elites are all in connection with each other, especially concerning business exchange. They will fake anything to throw us off, guys. The CIA is supplying elites in the U.S. and other countries with trained spies and electronic weapon devices. They're also supplying secret gang stalking programs as well. Because remember I said earlier, these weapons are not just huge anymore. They've made them more compact, where they can be concealed. They're portable. They can take them anywhere. They're small. And they still are strong enough to penetrate through buildings and cause the same detrimental effects. And they also did this so they can make more money, because now you can secretly supply more people with direct energy weapons so they can target whoever they want. Everyone wants to be in control so they can continue to push something wicked when it comes to these people. The CIA provides evil elite agents with silencing tactics. They paint the picture as if it's all based around war and the U.S. is the target. But in reality, they are the main suppliers and orchestrators. And not just U.S. officials and their families. Anyone who refuses to go along with the Matrix are a target. That's why many of us as everyday citizens are targeted individuals. They're not just watching people with a big public influence who they feel will expose something. They are not the only ones that pose as a threat. They watch regular people like you and me that they pose as a threat as well. And they do whatever they can to keep us from being who the Most High wants us to be. Anyone who's willing to tell the truth, anyone who is willing to break the silence when evil things are taking place and expose secret evil agendas are on their list. When you are not willing to submit, they try and break you with their secret evil scientific experiments that are filled with demonic frequencies that they zap towards you to try to keep you controlled, or to try and implant fear within you so you won't pose as a threat to them anymore. But once they find out that you work for the Most High Yah and no weapons formed against you shall prosper, and whatever they do to you cannot keep you down, they become the ones that are in fear. And the more they fear, the more plans that they try and come up with and orchestrate against you. They try to use secret mind control tactics to try and cookie cut their targets to fit into their new world order agendas. And guys, us as targeted individuals are targeted for a reason, because we were chosen by the Most High to not only make it through these attacks, but to expose them, to spread awareness, to shed light on the darkness. And guys, I want to make a separate video talking about targeted individuals, spiritual possession, and spiritual warfare. Especially in regards to the previous video that I did regarding the young lady who unalived her manager at McDonald's. I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about targeted individuals in spiritual warfare. I feel that it's very important because many people's minds are not strong enough to undergo these type of attacks. So when you are strong enough to make it through these things, it is most certainly something to thank the Most High for. Guys, I thanked him so much that I made it through that attack and I came back in my right mind. And if any of you have experienced these symptoms, go to a medical professional so you can rule out any possible underlying health issues. And after that, everything comes back fine and you pray to the Most High and it has been confirmed to you that it is a spiritual attack. Pray and ask the Most High for protection. Fast. Get close to the Most High. Stay close to him. And continue to do what he called you to do. Don't let anything or anyone scare you from your purpose, all right? When it comes to defeating Havana syndrome, the best method is to pray and to fast and to stay in your word and never give up. All right, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this video, guys. Continue to spread awareness. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love you guys so, so much. And until the next video, peace and blessings. Mwah.